Okay, doing a lot of maintenance in my yard today, and notice that this pup is coming out of this pup, and it's close to being as tall as this, and it's probably taking nutrients away from my bananas. So I'm going to separate this pup, which will let a lot more nutrients go into these bananas when I fertilize it. Right after I'm done with this, I'm going to put liquid compost tea on it. But for now, there's 2 pups on this. I'm going to go ahead and separate one of them right now. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is remove some leaves. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm trying to get some of the weeds away before I dig it up. So I have my weeding tool that gets the roots and everything out. Okay, when I remove the mulch and the chop and drop, I go nice and easy because there might be another pup coming up somewhere, and I don't want to break it. Okay, there you go. I got the weeds and the mulch around. Now I could go ahead and look for the base. I'm going to use my spade to remove some of the dirt. I can use my weeding tool to get in between the small opening here. Okay, right in here. Now I can see where this attaches to that. I want to clean the other side a little bit. Since this is close to this pup, I want to see where they come together because I don't want to hit it. Okay, so I can see where there's a space in between these two. And I can see right here where this attaches to that, and I got the roots right here. So now I could use the spade, I could use a thick shovel, or I could use two thinner shovels. I'm going to utilize this shovel right now because it's close to that little pup. And basically right here, okay, this is the one that has the bananas on it. This is a pup right here. You can see where this pup is growing out of this. You can see the roots, and you can see the other pup over there. So I'm gonna separate this right here from the parent corm, like this. Okay, utilizing this shovel right here, I'm gonna take this just like this and right up against this here, and I'm going to go down. I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go down because I don't want to cut the roots off of that. So I'm going to go right here on an angle like this because there's a pup right over there. So I'm going to get this right here, just like that, and now I'm going to tap it. Okay, that broke through right there. You can see it's tilting. Okay, so what I did right here, you see this? I cut it right there. Look, I could put this in there, see? It's separated right there. And I did not. You see that? That's a pup right there. There's only a little bit of space. So I made sure I cut this right here off of this without cutting the roots off of that and without hitting that. So now I'm going to go to the other side and cut it again because I want those roots. Okay, I'm on this side here and I want to pop this out now. I could use the bigger shovel. I'm going to try to get a little bit more dirt out right here. Okay, now I could come down like this and I'm going to get under this and scoop up, but I'm not going to hit this one. Okay, I'm going to grab it from this way now. Right here, lift up, here it comes, just like that. Okay, so if you can see, I lifted up this whole root ball. So I cut it on this side, I cut it on that side, and I dug a little bit so it could lift up like this. So this whole base comes out right here. And if you notice right here, see this clean part? Right here is where it was attached to the pup over here. And I got all the roots. So let me go ahead and see what else is down here right now. And I can fill this in. Take all this dirt, topsoil, and backfill it. Okay, so I removed the pup. The one bearing bananas is safe, and the one next to it's going to replace it. It's safe. So I'm happy. Ooh, that sun is bright. I'm happy with the job I just done. So let me turn all this around and show you. Okay, so I used a nice square flat shovel that's small. I utilized a wider one, a trowel, and a weeder tool. And I took this pup out because I wanted to get all the roots, but you can see water coming out now. This is where I went ahead and cut. See, this here was attached to that pup right there. See it right there? And that's where it's separated. But I got all this roots, and I made sure I cut this and did not bother or disturb that one. And the reason why I got this pup off, look how tall it is compared to the parent plant right there. Okay, this pup compared to this pup, now this is actually a pup that has bananas on it, but I felt this was sucking away too much energy. Plus I have another pup there, so I separated this, and now I'm going to transplant it right here. But before I do that, I'm going to put all this mulch back real quick. The mulch and the chop and drop. Okay, that's going to hold all the moisture in, and I'll come back and I'll fertilize that in a bit. Now, okay, so what I'm going to want to do now is I'm going to want to transplant this. I could transplant this into the yard, but I'm not ready right now. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in a pot for the next week or two. I'm going to take my auger . Okay, that drilled a hole and it loosened up all the horse manure. Okay, let's see if I get this in now. Now I'm going to take this, and as I put it in, I'm going to give it a little twist. That way all the roots are down in there going around. And I'm just going to push all this manure around it and compact it. Okay, so this pup is now transplanted into a pot to 100% horse manure compost, and I'm going to fill it up a little bit more, and I'm going to put chips all the way around it, and I'm going to fertilize it and water it when I bring it over there. Okay, so let's see. I don't know if you can see on there, but okay, so what I did, I used my drill with an auger. I drilled down and I twisted the roots down in there and then covered it up, backfilled it with manure. So that is now transplanted right there. So out of this pup, I have a pup there. Out of this tree, there'll be a pup, or out of that banana plant, there'll be a pup coming out soon. On this banana plant right here, you'll notice it's giving off bananas right now, over there, and more coming out of the blossom. And let me see if I can get this real close. You can see them right there, right there, right there, and right there. And there's going to be more coming out, more bananas. But I have a pup here, and I have a pup right here. So I should probably remove this pup right here. It doesn't need two, it needs one. This looks big enough to remove right now. Okay, so I'm going to remove this pup, but first I want to go ahead and remove some of this chop and drop I got on it. And I'm going to remove the mulch. Okay, so let me show you what I did. Okay, so I removed my chop and drop, and I removed the mulch around it, and here you go. Right over here, this is another pup coming up. So when I remove this, it actually has another, and there's another one on it now. And when I removed the ground cover, the chop and drop in the mulch, I found that one and there's no more, so I won't disturb it. So let's go ahead and get this one out. I'll try to do it close up. Okay, this should give you a close up. What I'm going to do is go behind. See right here with my tool, I'm going to get in between like this. Once I can feel where it's attached, I'm going to come out this way and this way all the way around it like this. Get a little bit more dirt out here. Okay, good. Okay, so right here, I got in between with my tool. I got in between, and I could actually feel where this pup is attached to the corm, which is basically the main banana plant. And I want to cut it on, I don't want to cut it on this side. I want to cut it against this on this side straight down. So I separate it. So let me do that. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to take this flat shovel, and I don't want it facing out. I want to turn it inward so I could get right here. I want to get down. I want to get down right here next to it. Right like that. It's not going to disturb anything. It's not going to disturb the pup on the other side, because I'm staying this way, and I'm not going to touch that new one there. So now, when I'm sure I got it in the right spot, I'm going to go ahead and push down. Just like that. Did you hear the noise? Okay. That is separated now. Right there. It's separated. Now I'm going to pull it out. Now I'm going to take this shovel, and I'm going to come in this way, remove some dirt, and I'm going to try to go under it and lift like this. Do a little more under and lift, just like that. There you go. So what I did is I separated from the corm without hitting the base. I went straight down and I left some of this. Then I went to the other side and I lifted it straight up instead of trying to pull it. You want to go as gentle as you could. So now when I lift this up, this one you could actually see, look at this big area right here, and it's got roots coming out. That okay, this big flat area I just separated from the corm down here under the ground right there. You can see it, and you'll notice how straight and flush I went up against this. I didn't dig into it, that would hurt this. I went straight down, and I made sure that I got these roots right here. If I would have went on a little bit of angle, it would have cut all these roots off here and on the other side, and there would be no roots on this. So it was real important that I cut this on an angle where I got the roots and it did not hurt the corm down here or the base. Now I'm going to backfill the manure, the compost that I have here, the dirt. And okay, so let me get down in here. Okay, so basically I'm just going to go ahead and fill this back in like that, remove some weeds. Once I got this all filled in, I'm going to go ahead and take the mulch and the chop and drop and put all that back over it. Okay, so that's all back over it. Get my tools. Okay, so I'm going to take this pup right here and I'm going to plant it in this pot. So I got my auger. I dug and loosened everything up. Now I'm going to put this and press it against the side like this, so the hole's big enough and I could get down in there. Now I'm going to take this with all the roots and I'm going to put it in, but I'm going to give it a twist, and when I twist it, those roots just kind of wrap around. Okay, the roots are down and they're wrapped around, which is good. Now I'm just going to take the manure or compost, put it back around it and press down really good. There you go. This pup is planted nicely. Same thing. I'm going to water it. I'm going to fertilize it. And I'm going to put mulch on top. And I'm going to water it again. So let me take it over where I could do that. I need the rag because I got to mess with the camera. If I didn't have the camera, I wouldn't even have to do this with my hands. Okay, so once again, I removed the pup over there. I removed the pup over there. I left that pup attached. I left that pup attached. The plants look nice and happy. This is going to have more energy for those bananas over there. This now is going to have more energy for those bananas up there. But you always leave one pup, because that pup is going to be the new banana plant. Once it bears fruit, you chop it down. And once again, when you chop it down, you could go ahead and clone them or cut out the base, the corm, and separate the nubs. That is going to go ahead and be new banana plants. So basically, it's a banana plant culture. I'll do a video on that when the time comes. So let me go ahead and mulch, fertilize, and water. Man, it is hot out. Hot and humid. Typical Florida weather. But I got my gorilla cart out, and this is how I transport stuff when I don't have my tractor out. Whew. Since I was doing a bunch of little jobs today, it was easier for me to use the cart than it is to have my tractor out. So right now I'm going to take this over and put mulch on it and then fertilize. In Florida, you always want to hydrate. Whew! It is so hot and so humid If you don't hydrate, you get lightheaded. So I'm taking a minute or two to drink some cold water. Now, all this liquid compost tea went out to my watermelon plant, so I'm going to shut this off. Put a little water in here because I'm going to go ahead and put fertilizer on those. I'm going to take a scoop of compost tea. I'm gonna utilize this to fertilize and water. Okay, so I have my bucket with my compost tea. I'm going to go ahead and give it some water, compost tea fertilizer. Put some chips on them. Go ahead and put the rest of it on there. Okay, get it real wet. Okay. All right. I got these separated, planted, fertilized, and mulched. Now it's time to go move them. Okay, time to take these over and put them where it's nice and convenient to water and fertilize, and that's going to be over there by my other banana plants. A lot easier with the tractor, but I'm going to go ahead and haul these over. Okay, so these are planted, fertilized, and watered. So now I'm going to put them over here. I'm going to put them over here next to all my other banana plants so I could check on all of them together. Oh, that is heavy. Okay, so here they are. I'm going to go ahead and trim this off and that off. I'm just going to leave 2 of them. Okay, so there you go. There's 2 new pups that I separated, put in pots for a little bit till I'm ready to plant, along with all my other banana pups. And pretty soon I'll have a nice tropical permaculture banana plant orchard. Okay, these are the 2 pups that I just separated. These are a bunch of other pups that I need to go ahead and transplant here pretty soon. And as you can see, all my pups come all the way down to this corner. These are blue Javas, they're ice cream banana plants. These are grand name, and I got some other varieties over here. And then all these going down, these are all my pups. So you can kind of see how quickly they multiply. If you fertilize and water and keep separating them, they multiply a lot. If you don't do that frequently, they multiply less. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Until next time.